What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Guided Mindset series. I'm super excited for this series because I'm going to share with you simple tweaks that you can make to the way that you're thinking and the way that your mind's working that can help improve your ability to shape your reality. So today we're going to go over self-limiting beliefs, specifically how this pertains to the language that we use. When we're dealing with beliefs, a great place to start is language, because language is not only how we communicate with the world around us, but how we communicate with ourselves and what we're telling ourselves all day long. If you're anything like me, you think of language as the way you communicate with someone else. But over the course of learning some of these ideas, I've come to realize that language is far more important than just how you communicate with someone else. It's literally what's going through us all day long. And we all have thoughts going through our heads all day long. So if those thoughts are not serving our intentions and what we want to happen in our reality, then there's going to be a misalignment. So let's talk affirmations versus negations. Now, very simply, an affirmation is something phrased in a positive sense, where a negation is something phrased in a negative sense. For our purposes, we'll think of affirmations as what we do want to happen, what we do want to focus on, and we'll think of negations as what we don't want to happen. Now, most of us are using a lot more negations than we realize. Let's use this simple phrase here that maybe you've said before, or you can think of an alternative phrase that you've used in your life. I need to exercise today so I don't become fat. Now, essentially, we think that we're telling ourselves something positive. I need to exercise today. But because we use this negation on the end of it, so I don't become fat, our focus is then put into becoming fat. And our mind wraps around the thing that we don't want to happen. So instead, we could say something like, I am exercising today, so I will become lean. Take it even a step further, we could say, I exercise every day because I am lean. This is a very simple concept, but it rewires your mind to focus on the thing that you do want to happen and to only bring attention to that positiveness that we want to come into our reality. And the more negations that we use out loud when we're talking to people, but more importantly, that we use internally, the more it creates self-limiting beliefs. You think, wow, that follow along was a great workout today. I feel so good, but I'll never be able to do the full push-ups like Josh showed. Once again, we start by thinking something positive, but then we end it by bringing ourselves down and creating that self-limiting belief. There's this idea of humbleness that you always want to kind of keep yourself in check and knock yourself down a little bit. I believe humbleness is recognizing how much work it takes to do something and to become something, but humbleness is not creating a self-limiting belief for yourself. Now, this sounds pretty simple, but as you start to examine this, chances are you're going to catch yourself doing negations all the time. And then you start to realize, wow, I'm really wiring my subconscious mind to focus on things that I don't want to happen and to create limitations for myself. I believe that a huge part of achieving something is first believing that you can achieve it. And as you get closer to achieving that thing, your mind starts to believe more and more that that thing is attainable. Now, if we can get the mind right earlier in the process, then that achievement will probably become faster. So if you start thinking about this and you start catching yourself, that's great. It's going to create some good change. But the best way to start rewiring your thought patterns is to write things down. So here's a journaling exercise for you. Write down something that you want to happen, that you are almost scared to actually express that thing. We all have that thing that deep down we know we really want to happen, but when it comes to expressing it, you think, oh, that would be so cool, but no, that could never happen for me. So let me give you an example. Let's say for me, Strength Side on YouTube right now has I don't know, somewhere around 230,000 subscribers. Now, that's way more than I ever imagined having. But deep down inside of me, I think, hey, maybe we could have 1 million one day. That's scary for me to say. It sounds like I'm being overly confident or cocky, and that humbleness feeling wants to drag me down to say, no, no, I mean, 230 is more than you thought you'd ever have, so just be happy with that. Well, for me, I'm going to write down, strength side is getting to 1 million subscribers. It feels empowering, it feels good. Now to take it further than that, we can frame it in the present tense and say strength side has 1 million followers. Wow, that feels a little bit different as well. So I want you to do this often. This can pertain to different things in your life. It can be part of your personal life. Maybe you want to develop deeper relationships. It can be the business life. It can be your training goals. Wow, I never thought I'd be able to do 1 pull-up, but I'm gonna put the goal of being able to do 10 pull-ups. And after you write down your big affirmation, check in with yourself. See how it makes you feel after you let yourself go there. Write down how it makes you feel. This is a great way to begin the journaling process. This is how I start my journaling a lot of mornings, is I'll write down something that I want to happen in my life in the form of an affirmation. This will lead me to thinking about how that thing will make me feel. This will lead me to maybe exploring some ideas that could possibly get me to that affirmation faster. And you'll see as you go, it can just lead to more and more self-examination, which is always going to be a positive thing. Okay guys, that's it for the guided mindset number 1. I'll see you tomorrow.